Yo, welcome back to the channel. No clue what day this is. Not gonna lie, did not film yesterday, so I'm filming this in the morning. I didn't sleep at all last night. I just stayed up pretty much, and I tried to sleep for like 2-3 hours. I just couldn't sleep, so I just stayed up instead. That's like the second night in the past like 3 days that I did that, so it kind of sucks. And then gotta go out and work. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I was just thinking about this random kind of thought last night, and how like a lot of people, especially with the online space, they make like their first dollar, they make their first amount of money online, and then a lot of them just kind of go blow it right away, right? Like they're buying cars, they're taking expensive trips, posting it online like everywhere, LARPing, the classic LARPing. But I don't see a lot of people like really saving their money or just stacking it high, which is kind of odd just because a lot of the people that I've seen that make like a lot of money, they're not doing the same stuff as everyone else. And by stuff I mean like a lot of those trips and cars and everything like that. And if they are, they're doing it to a level where the stuff that they're doing, the trips they're taking and the stuff that they're buying is so disproportionate to the amount of money that they're making that it doesn't even matter. And I don't think it's something that's talked about enough, because a lot of really wealthy people that I know, they're doing that, and they're spending it so disproportionate to how much they're making, to the point where their expenses do not even matter. And a lot of people, I feel like, try to live a inflated lifestyle. Really, bro? He's playing his grief in the video right now. But a lot of people in the beginning, they try and live like an elevated lifestyle within like the 1 to 2 years of making a bunch of money. And I don't think that's really smart, because you're not building something long term. You're not really creating money that's going to be like more generational. You're just creating it for now, and you're essentially living paycheck to paycheck, but on a higher level or a higher scale, because you're spending a lot of your money every single month, and you're waiting for that paycheck at the end of the next month to come in. And a lot of these people, they have businesses or whatever they're doing, or a lot of them, I hate the word like virtual sales, because a lot of those people are just stuck on offers. They're not running their own actual business, and they're just working for somebody else, getting a commission every time they close a sale. And majority of the time, they're not even closing sales anyway, which is a whole nother thing. But I won't get into that for the most part, just because a lot of them just aren't closing sales. They're just it's more like BS. Like they hype it up to be this amazing thing, and it turns out to be nothing at all. But that's besides my point. It's not what's the word? Your income with a business is not it's not like steady, consistent. You're gonna have huge months, you're gonna have low months, you're gonna have negative months, and it's just gonna be like this. And you can kind of decrease that volatility with the more systems and people you have on your team, but you're still going to have a lot of volatility. And if you're just blowing all your money right away, you're just setting yourself up long term for failure, because you're not building anything that's worth, that's lasting and that's worthwhile. Because you're once your money stops, let's say you're making, I don't know, 30-40K a month, as soon as that runs out, and that peak that you're at right now, or that plateau that you're at, you're probably going to drop off at some point. And it's just kind of inevitable, because you're always going to have lows. Maybe it's just a dip for 1 month and you shoot up even higher, but you're still going to have a dip. And if you are, living like at 40K a month, like spending almost all of it, you're just setting yourself up for failure, because it's just going to go downhill eventually, and you're going to be screwed because you have nothing to fall back on. And for the most part, I try and give a general rule of thumb of whatever your run rate is, or your operations, costs, your operational costs behind the business. That means employees, softwares, whatever else that you need. You should have around, like 3 months liquid at all times. And granted, obviously, that's a little bit different when you're scaling and everything like that. But having that amount is kind of the sweet spot, where I'd say that's what you need. But a lot of these people don't do that, and they're running that really low every single month. And so I just kind of came on here to say, like, don't be one of those people, because you're going to regret it And if you want true, I want like generational wealth. I want like my kids to have money and be able to not worry about anything ever again. And if you're just blowing your money away, you kind of got to think it in a perspective of like, all right, you're blowing your money right now, but you're also, you're blowing your money, but you're also setting your, your generations beyond you and your family kind of up for failure, because you don't have anything to fall back on. And once it runs out, and you can't provide for your family. You can't, if you're, God forbid, if you're, one of your parents dies and you have to take over a mortgage on a house, you're not going to be able to do that because you are arrogant and greedy with the way you spend, and you don't save anything, and you're going to regret it a lot. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for right now. I'm going to film another video later. The AC just kicked on, so it's kind of loud, but just chilling outside here for a bit. But yeah, that's kind of all I really got for right now. But I guess I'll see you boys later tonight, but we're gonna act like it's the next day, just because I didn't make a video out yesterday, but I did post. It was like delayed one day. But yeah, catch you boys later. Peace.